Shall we get the light back on?
Okay, everyone, we're recording now. Okay, everyone, if you have a problem with being recorded, you need to speak now because
Or forever hold your peace. I'd like to thank everyone who turned out for the fireworks. It was a very successful evening, and I saw most of you. It was no. It was appreciated by all, but it was disappointing to see that some councillors didn't turn out. But I watched it from the from Palms Cafe, and it was a good evening. So please stand in silence for the turning of the page, the Book of Remembrance, which Councillor Graham Birch will do. Now, moving on to item 2, questions from member of the public. And we do have a question. Thank you.
Good evening, councillors. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. My name is Alistair Rorston. I'm a resident here in Sandhurst. I've been a resident for over 20 years. I live in Coachman's Grove. The subject I'm going to bring up is around Bracknell Town Football Club. 2 years ago, roughly, we met with the town council and members of it, and with the football club owners. And there are a number of commitments around noise levels, lighting, etc., that would be addressed. Some have been, but in that time and since their promotion, things have got worse. The noise levels at games has risen significantly, meaning that sometimes we can't even sit in our garden peacefully without hearing the drums and the roar of fans. Training has increased, and the use of that ground has also increased. By being promoted up a division, they're playing bigger teams. And we get parking issues with coaches and those attending the games down at Coachman's Grove, made even worse by the recent lights being there and being not even able to turn into the corner without potentially hitting a car or driving into a coach. This has been raised several times, but the most appalling thing for most of the residents that are behind it is that nobody was consulted before the original decision was made. No consideration for how the residents would be affected, no surveys were done at all. And so you've now upset a number of residents in that road. These things don't seem to be addressed. And it's the residents of Sandhurst who are feeling and suffering it. People have moved from that road because of this, right? And people are trying to move again. People shouldn't be forced out just because of the noise and an issue that is. So councillors, I'm asking you, what else can be done to address this situation and help the residents of Sandhurst, and particularly within the Coachman Grove development? Thank you.
Well, we won't answer the question you raised here, but we will do it in writing.
May I ask why you're not going to ask the question here, or at least address the question here?
Because that is not the way we do things. But I'm being prompted by my deputy, and he will answer.
so I'm happy to answer that actually. Sorry, I should stand up. This is something which we're going to, we met with the council, with the football club recently to discuss a number of issues that have been raised and to get their take on the situation and come up with ideas. This is the first time that I'm seeing you, a meeting, I should say. I'm the chair of leisure. So there is an agenda item coming up for information on the on that meeting that we had. But I would ask you to put specific concerns that you have to us so that we can take them away. And that you may get frustrated and say, oh, but you know, we've said them a lot of times, but I would like to handle your specific concerns here as you've raised the question. I can't give you an answer fully to your question here, as in what we can do, but what I would suggest is that we talk about it and go back again and talk to the football club. We have an open dialogue with them as a council, and we can talk about solutions.
Good.
Okay.
You can perhaps ask them not for their teams to bid their forms late at night as they're queuing the game as well, because they've done that a couple of times.
Again, this is, if you could put it to me, to the council rather than specifically me, but I don't want to not answer a question. I'm happy to, if you want to come along to the next leisure, more than welcome.
Let me know today. I'll be very happy to come.
So,
It's 2 weeks' time.
yes, in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
But, this is the first time I'm meeting you, so I don't want to say we're not taking it seriously.
The public meeting.
Mm.
Where the.
Okay, right, but
So
this is the first time I'm meeting you tonight.
That's fine.
So I'm asking you to, if you can, put in writing your complaints and send them in, please.
The 20th.
Yeah.
So,
So is that okay?
no, that's fine, because what it'll allow me to do is able to gather it from the other residents as well, who have also been affected.
As much
And I
as
think you need
possible,
that
you know?
ammunition to go through and have that conversation.
But-
And I know it's something that's been ongoing for a couple of years.
But what we need to do is all work together. It should be a collaboration. We're a community.
Fine.
There are lots of people that get lots of good. There's things that need ironing out. So please speak to people, come to us with your concerns, because asking the question here, you're not going to get a full answer.
I wasn't expecting full answer,
So,
but I want it to be recognised just that it is an issue.
yeah, and it is something we've recognised and been ongoing. And we've talked, in fact, some of the issues you've just mentioned there, we have already talked to the football club about, because what happens in Sandhurst community, and I'm sorry that I'm going on a little bit, I nearly out of time for my response, but what happens is if there is a complaint about a club, we meet with the club and discuss it, and then we come back to the council, and if the club doesn't address it, then obviously we would discuss it more with the council. Okay.
Okay.
But please put it together,
No, we'll have it in writing for us.
and that would help us greatly.
So, you have a bit of an update for Alistair, if that's all right with you, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, please.
So, like you, Alistair, I'm a resident, and actually what happened to us by that decision that was made in this council has caused utter carnage for many of us on match days, and it is a disgrace how we got there. As a borough councillor, I have recently re-engaged the Public Protection Partnership to speak to your residents to try and get details of the complaint that they need to make. And it's important that they engage with the Public Protection Partnership to be able to make their feelings known,
Absolutely.
because they carry weight in terms of the legal position. Unfortunately, the football club has a tendency to ignore what this council does. What it does is create a situation where it uses a get out where individuals become members for a day. And that means we don't have any control here. And that is something that I deeply regret. The second thing around the coaches and the parking, Highways are going to do a number of visits during both match days and around match days to ascertain the problem on Coachman's Grove.
Good.
And if there is a problem, I promise you, we will work with residents to ascertain whether we need double yellow lines or we need to get more information in order to ascertain what residents need. So we as a group absolutely recognise that the hell that you as a community experience on those match days. And I promise you that we will continue to work to help you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We need to move this item on. We're nearly out of time for the
Can I
public
just-
questions.
Just to also, I'm chairman of the planning committee, and as members may know, there was a recent planning application came through. My colleague here, Michael, chaired that particular meeting, and that the recommendation from this council was not to approve it because it needed attention to a number of things, part of which was environmental effects. So
That's why we
So-
do against it.
things happen in little chunks, but they happen. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for your answers, and thank you for spending the time as well.
Right, apologies for absence, Ange.
I've had apologies this evening from councillors, Mrs Bettison, Dr Forster, Mrs Mossam and Mossam.
Thank you. And are there any members' interests to receive any declaration of interest from members on the business to be transacted? No, thank you very much. To receive and confirm the minutes of the preceding town council meeting held on the 4th of September, pages 1785, as a true and correct record. I will propose them.
In favour?
All against? And abstentions, please.
One.
I wasn't at the meetings.
It doesn't matter.
No, I know, but that's,
That's accurate.
You've all received a copy of the mayor's report. There was one amendment to that, which has now been corrected. And I attended the civic service in Reading for the High Sheriff. And I'm pleased to report the pavement was all right. So I didn't get tipped out of my chair. So I'm not proposing to repeat myself unless anyone has got
I'd just like to say one thing. That's all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, sorry, I shall stand up. I stood in for Mayor Councillor Widdowson, and I went to the Crowthorne and Sandhurst Art Society, which I've lived here, you say 20 years, I've been here 44 years, 43 years. So Sandhurst through and through, and I never knew we had a Crowthorne and Sandhurst Art Society, which sounds, I mean, I sort of knew briefly, but I went along and was blown away by the standard of it. It was absolutely brilliant. The exhibition was so friendly. We've got some very talented local artists. They made me feel very welcome. So I said I'd stand up and say, please go online, have a look. And, you know, if you're interested, if you find art good, please go along. It was a really lovely event. Diane, I saw MP Peter Swallows was there.
it pops up everywhere.
Frighteningly, frighteningly, he had a picture taken with me, which must have been traumatic.
For which one of you?
But I promise you, I was really impressed. So I said to them I'd stand up and say, so if you get 5 minutes, please look online, because the standard was really high, and they sell their paintings, and trust me, they're worth it. If I was allowed to hang any more paintings up, I would have bought lots, but my wife has properly banned me from it. But please.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Item 7, Strategy and Policy Committee meeting. Nick,
Yes, I'd like to propose that the minutes of the Strategy and Policy Committee meeting held on the 25th of September be accepted as a true record.
all those,
Happy to second that.
please
Sorry,
second.
who said those? Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
All those in favour? Leisure Committee meeting. Over to you, Graham.
Yes, do you have to do this? Okay, I would like to propose the Leisure Committee meeting minutes and any recommendations of the Leisure Committee meeting held on the 18th of September, pages 1792 to 1797. I would like to propose that they be received. Have I had a seconder? Mr. Brossard is going to second.
All those in favour? Environment Committee meeting, item number 9.
Against. Oh, any against?
Oh, thank you. Any against? Graham. Item number 8, Leisure Committee meeting.
Sorry, number 9, the environment.
Item number 9, my favourite number, Environment Committee meeting. In the absence of Councillor Panesar, Councillor Brossard, would you like to speak?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to propose that the minutes of the Environment Committee meeting held on the 11th of September be accepted as a true record.
I'm happy to second that.
All those in favour? Item number 10, Planning Committee meeting. To receive the minutes and any recommendations of the Planning Committee meetings held on the 28th of September and 26th of August and 29th of September. Councillor Dalebert.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And whilst I did not chair the second meeting, I am both in this motion. Pleased to present the minutes of the Planning Committee for the 26th of August and for the 29th of September as presented.
I'm happy to second on both occasions.
All those in favour? All those against? All those abstaining? Thank you. Item number 11, urgent matters procedure. To receive a recent decision considered under the urgent matters procedure.
That's just for information. So it's been received.
Item number 12, the budget position. And we've all had the annex. So I think we are in good order. So all those in favour of the current budget position?
It's an information. I'd just like to add for this one, so as we're coming into the committees, each committee will have a look at their own individual budget as well and just start thinking of some ideas. In the November meeting and in the January meeting will be where each committee puts its requests into strategy and policy, and then the budget is fully confirmed.
Thank you, Ange. Item number 13, councillors' reports. To receive any reports from members serving on the Borough Council or members who represent the Town Council on outside bodies. Hazel.
I represent the Blackwater Valley Partnership Trust and their AGM meeting is tomorrow.
Anyone else?
I have a very minor thing, which is quite cool. Sandhurst School today qualified for the quarterfinals of the Rugby County Cup, which I think is quite brilliant because they beat LVS Licensed Victuallers, which is a public school. And that is an absolutely fantastic achievement. So, yeah, I only know that because my son was playing, but it's still something lovely for Sandhurst to celebrate.
Anyone else? No, thank you. Item number 14, Executive Officers Report.
Okay. We'll start off with the fireworks event, which was a huge success. Approximately 10,000 people attending. Feedbacks from members of the public has been extremely favourable. And I'd like to thank the councillors that volunteered to help out at the event. The fuller report will be presented in the Leisure Committee meeting. But again, another really successful event. We should all be very proud.
Sorry, I've got the
Brilliant.
Secondly, the final stage in the leisure enhancement project has now been confirmed, which is again great news. There'll be several new pieces of play equipment installed in both the junior play area and the adventure play area. Contractors have been engaged and the initial groundwork will be commencing soon, and the project will be estimated to be completed in spring. Fingers crossed for the weather. You'll be aware that we had a horrific time with IT, which obviously has not been so great tonight either. But we had a full outage for 5 days recently, which was caused by our provider. They've given us a statement to the effect of the fault was due to a billing system error within Fluid. They've made some changes with their billing system, as well as migrating clients that are on copper services, which we are not. And in doing so, they ceased 11 broadband circuits across their resellers and the UK. So many of which were mainstream clients, which is what we are, and we suffered considerably because of that. Now, mainstream have offered some compensation, and I have a meeting set up with them to discuss our dissatisfaction in the next couple of weeks. Thankfully, we are now up and running for the most part. The installation of the dipping pond on the Memorial Park as part of the SANG enhancements has also been completed. So anyone that walks around the park and goes up to the far end, you'll see that there now. There's a little fence around it and a small pond.
Figgy was disappointed about the fence.
Yeah, well, it was put up for the likes of Maggie. Tried to protect the wildlife, but yes, so fingers crossed that will, once it matures a little bit throughout the season, that'll be really nice for the children. The project for the installation of the new barriers and flow plates down at Pies Acre has been finished, but there was a problem with the flow plates, broke within a couple of weeks. Contractors have looked into it. Their feedback on it was that a lot of the cars, and they actually stood and observed as well, are trying to get off the road so quickly that they go quite fast over them. So their solution to that was to supply 2 speed humps, one each side, free of charge to us, which they have installed. And Nick, our head groundsman, went down there to see how that was all going and observed the traffic in and out, and there seemed to be no issues with that. So that's good. And it was certainly hadn't had any issues reported for the parking at fireworks. And one last thing that's not actually on my report, but it's from a Teams meeting that I had today. So I've had a Teams meeting with the Economic Development Officer at Bracknell Forest. So I'd just like to let you know that they're facilitating a business support initiative with Berkshire Growth Hub. And they're going to be accessing retail businesses with an aim to deliver practical business support directly to independent retailers in the borough. And they have chosen Crowthorne and Sandhurst because of the number of independent businesses we have. An advisor will visit their premises and offer free advice and support. And that could be how to create a business plan. It could be marketing. It's very open to their needs. And we have been asked when this is up and running and the dates are confirmed, if we will advertise it on our website and Facebook. Thank you very much.
Item number 15, Barnes Up Bank.
Total bank balance.
I think we can all see that. Item number 16, receive and authorise the schedule of payments and receipts for August 2025 and September 2025.
Can I propose that the schedule of payments and receipts for August 2025 and September 2025 be accepted as a true record?
Seconded.
All those in favour? Those against? And all those that are abstaining. The date of the next meeting will be 8th of January 2026, which will be full council. And I'd like to wish everyone a very happy Christmas.
I should see you at lights.
Yeah. Yeah. Item number 18.